hair. We have an emergency situation. This is my hair. This is how many weeks now? 3 months. 3 months. I'll have to check how many weeks post relaxed this is, but over 10 weeks should be 11 weeks post relaxed. This is my roots. I'm trying to stretch it till if it's not the ending of January, February, March, because I relaxed early December. I want to get it to extra 4 weeks of what it is currently with natural twists. Now my hair is Texlaxed, but I want to get natural twists, and I'll be using these two spectrum products. This is Gatecrashing in color 2. I'll use this and then this one. This is Gatecrashing as well. Wow, I didn't know it was Gatecrashing. This natural twist like this. But since I've been combining just natural straight attachments with it, this spring twist. Spring twist. I'm not going to get spring twist. I'm going to get something in between stretched and unstretched. So I'm going to add this to make my hair look just have a bit more of texture in it. Like this. You can use it to do puff if you want to make a puff bigger. That's what I'm going for. We're going to do twists and transform this. First of all, I'm going to treat this. First of all, I will treat them. I will wash them with vinegar and a little bit of shampoo. Then rinse, dry, and then come back. Sure. I'm doing that to remove the itchiness that comes with adding extensions. Hopefully, it will be able to last up to the 4 weeks that I am gunning for. So I went ahead to detangle my hair. Detangling this hair was whoa. Detangling hair at 12 weeks post relaxed is not changing. That is 3 months of new growth, and I even had to stretch the roots with thread to get it to this point, and yeah, it wasn't funny. So I treated the hair, and unfortunately I poured hot water on everything, stretched the straight one and the one that was not straight. This is the result of the pouring hot water on the kinky hair. And yeah, I braided the straight one so it doesn't tangle, and I wanted curls too, so it won't be straight. I just wanted more texture in everything. Then I sectioned the front parts just to make sure that I have enough and my parts will be doing what it's supposed to do, because I noticed that if I don't section off the front part and just start taking hair from anywhere I see, front part ends up being needing stuff. And you can hear sounds in the background. Is my bosses, they are awake, telling me they are awake, and I ended up just only cutting the front part of my hair for the first day. I didn't do much on the first day. You can't imagine how long this hair took. So instead of playing music over the remaining parts of this video, let me tell you a story, a gist, a job hunting interview story. So I recently received a mail I wrote to my future self 5 years ago. There's a platform that lets you send a mail to your future self. Write anything you want and select a date in the future when you'd like to receive it. In my case, at the time I wrote it, I was struggling with job interviews. So this mail from my past self reminded me of my struggles at the time. First of all, I want to say that not enough is being done to ensure that fresh graduates are ready for the job market. I don't know if things have changed now, but when I graduated, I wasn't prepared to defend my skills in front of others, and in the process, managed to convince them that I'm qualified to work for them. There was no prior training for that at all, unless you're counting the presentation that I did in my third and final year for my projects in uni. And I don't count those ones. I don't feel they count. It was just presentation, for scores. But yeah, it was like, here's your certificate. Go and figure out how to use it. Hey, Charlie. Maybe so. And some of us ended up being overworked and undervalued. On top of that, some interviewers, they no send you. They'll ask you, why do you want to work for this company? Auntie, it's because I'm broke. Because why will a biochemistry graduate be looking for a marketing job? Times are hard, and it doesn't make sense to be choosy. Beggars can be choosers. Some won't even try to ease you into the process. There was one interview I went for. After that interview, I started rethinking my life because of the brutal questions this woman was asking me. And I even skipped the application and cover letter wahala, because you're supposed to know that as a fresh graduate. And even if you don't, you should know where to look for useful information on them in this day and age. So, fresh out of uni, with my hopes high and my dreams big, I dived into the job market head first. I took a lot of assessments, both online and offline, going through all the stages of job interviews. Most of them ended at the final stages of the interview process. And I thank God for those ones, because they gave me hope that at least something will click in the future. But one interview stood out for me. I never got a rejection mail after submitting my application letter for that job. If you're familiar with the job application process in Nigeria, you know that this is pretty common, and it might be the same everywhere else. Sometimes you get a mail telling you that due to the volume of applications that are processing, you might never get a rejection mail. And that's for companies that care. Others will just leave you hanging. So if you don't see any mail after a while, just assume you've been rejected. Now back to the story. For this application, a while had passed and I didn't see anything in the mail. People in my set were progressing to the next stage. Actually, we were being batched into sets, and sometimes it didn't matter when you applied, your invite mail might arrive when you least expect it. So if you hadn't gotten an invite mail, there was still a slim chance, small, that you might still get it. This job was hot cake because they were hiring a lot of fresh graduates, irrespective of what we studied, which is actually the case with most entry-level jobs. They just hire and train. But the unique thing about this one is the number of people they were hiring. It was a lot, and the chances of getting in were high. So, why hadn't I gotten my own invite mail? Please, keep in mind that this is the first stage of the process. It wasn't even in the hard stage. So, it was very disturbing to not get invited for the first physical interview. But I did something that was drastic at the time, and I still consider it drastic today. I Gatecrashed the interview. What happened was that my friend who had interviewed told me they weren't checking for the invites at the interview location, and some people were just going to try their luck without the invitation mail. And I was very lucky. I was very, very lucky, because after I Gatecrashed, we Gatecrashed the interview, because I wasn't the only one there. They started checking. I'm guessing someone snitched on us. And this job ended up being the only one I got. Out of all the other interviews I'd been going to, I got the one I hadn't been invited to initially. Just imagine. The one I didn't get the first interview invite for was the one I finally got the job for. I don't know if there's any moral to this story, but I just wanted to share this story so that if you or anyone you know is going through a difficult time while job hunting, you're not alone. You might be doing everything right, and it's not just your time. It's just a phase. Someone told me that you can play all your cards right, but if the timing is wrong, it won't work. So, hang in there, buddy. If this video resonated with you, like and share so more people can hear this message. My name is Chika Oji. I love taking care of my hair, doing my makeup, and skincare. Sometimes I make my own clothes when I find the time. I even write for my tech blog sometimes. To know more about me, watch the video that will pop up on your screen. I have a lot of skills, and for a long time, I thought I was being a jack of all trades. One interviewer told me this as well. But recently, I've started seeing myself as a multi-potentialite, which I feel is the version of a jack of all trades that eventually masters everything. So in this channel, I'm trying to marry my many skills with storytelling. I don't think I'm a good storyteller though. So I'm taking courses online to improve on that. If this is your vibe, subscribe if you haven't. And as always, thank you for watching to the end. See you in the next one.